Post-club interview from the Cop. Sheffield Wednesday away at Burnley. Unfortunately, got turned over 4-0. Wasn't really a 4-0 game at all. But here we are again. Leeds wasn't really a 3-0 game. Burnley wasn't really a 4-0 game. We haven't scored a goal against these top sides yet and conceded loads. You always think we're Wednesday against a top team and we've got Sunderland coming up next. So what's it going to be? And we're at home, which makes things worse, in my opinion. Are Wednesday going to play well and sneak one, or are they going to end up getting turned over? I suppose this is similar to going back to when we played Huddersfield that time away and absolutely ran around them and conceded 4 goals. We don't really seem to have moved on from there. You know, what actually is the problem? Well, we put out a decent team today, and Armstrong again being that sort of extra body in sort of midfield and attacking up front. I thought he played really well again, and we looked at an attacking threat, and we had lots and lots and lots of chances. I mean, let's put it this way: Burnley had 4 shots on target in the whole game, and they scored 4 goals. And I think they had 7 shots, 4 shots on target. We had 11 shots, 2 on target, and very frustrating being a Wednesday supporter. I mean, watching that today, it seemed like we had the lion's share of opportunities, we had the lion's share of attacking play, and then this is the thing. I think somebody said on one of the live streams while we're watching that match that Wednesday could take any team on. Between the boxes, Wednesday can take any team. I think, they are such a good side when they're building up and they're going forward. But when it comes to actually the striking part, the actual scoring of the goals, we are very, very poor. And even worse, we're even worse at defending. We just cannot defend. Just thinking about their 4 goals. They scored some good goals. They just unlocked us, and you could see with that first goal, it was looking really, really good for us. And then 43 minutes, their player picks it up, and we just had a booking from a foul on him. So I think we decided we were going to just leave him to it. So he ran all the way through. All the defenders just stuck their hands up and said, "Oh well, I'm not touching him." And he scored. I mean, we've got a player that can do that. Maybe Gassama needs to be doing that now. He needs to just run into the box. They'll probably stick a big challenge in. He'll go down, as he did a few times during the game. He ran through. He went down. We didn't get anything. I think his first time he went down looked like it was a bit of a a dive, or did he just go down and he was sort of looking for a pen? We had a few players go down looking for pens, and we weren't going to get nothing at all. The one time that Gassama got absolutely body slammed by one of their players. We'd been picking up cards left, right and centre at that point. Fleming just slammed into him. No card. We got a free kick. But when you're down struggling, aren't you? I mean, well, we're not really, are we? We're 10th, but we've lost 3 out of the last 4 games now. But so well played tonight going forward, and then you just can't really put your finger on it. I mean, Max Lowe's not a central defender. He's playing there. He's not really that big. Johnson had an injury issue, so he had to go off, and you did wonder whether it were going to be Otigbio that were coming on, or whether, it's the first time I've said his name, Hatsuse was going to come on. Well, he did a cameo a little bit later on, but Otigbio came on. I just think he's a bit slow. Seems to be a little bit slow, a little bit immobile. He's a big unit, 6'4", but so he swapped back over, and Max Lowe, we're just struggling at the back, aren't we? It's just nice to get some consistency and get some players playing in positions consistently for a while. So we'll have to see what comes next, whether he's going to stick with Otigbio now if Johnson's going to be out injured. Is that going to give an opportunity to Hatsuse? He came on and he looked great. I thought it seemed to wanting the ball all the time, running all over the place, inside and outside, into space, like you would expect that a player would. I mean, he came on 78 minutes. He was only on for 12 minutes, but then you got a bit earlier than that, Ikugbo put himself about it, drew some fouls, potentially could have had a penalty in there as well, I think. Sissoko, not really sure about it. He's not looking like a like for Jesse Gassama, but give him time. We can't, it's a bit early to say. And Ingleson came on later, maybe too late, I don't know. Giving Bannon a bit of a rest. Things are not really that bad, despite the fact that we've been hammered tonight. We're a decent team going forward, but we just cannot defend. And if we could just manage to stop conceding, are we going to blame Beadle at all in amongst this? I just wonder, we had some years ago when we had Chris Woods, and we'd spent all that money on him, and we were conceding goals quite regularly, and we ended up turning back to Pressman. Is it going to be time? Maybe not the next match, but if we do lose to Sunderland at home, Are they going to just give Pierce Charles a bit of an opportunity just to try and change things a little bit? And how long is it going to be before we see Akinfenwa will come back? Because I think that's potentially going to make a bit of a difference. We're at this point now where, especially if Johnson's out injured, that really leaves us short, because Lowe traditionally then would be back out on that left hand side. Okay, well, that's all for now. Let's see how we go on next Friday and see whether we can break several curses. One, can we beat an half decent team at home? Can we beat an half decent team? Can we score against an half decent team? All will be revealed. See you next Friday.